Um, all right. So now we are here with the Daily Hours podcast. Good night, everyone. So we are doing something different, as you can see. We will be conversing and talking about our high school life and just high school life in general. Tonight, for the purpose of lagging, internet problems, devices problems, and different things like that, we basically have this image that you see before you, and it will be showing, but we will be talking, and then you'll be hearing people's voices. Clearly, it will be stated who is talking and stuff like that. Um, So now, I introduce you once again your host, Katara Perez, your co-hosts, Carla Nunes, Kiara Gira, Naya Williams, Carla Ortiz, and Lusana Zuniga. So with that being said, Kiara will go and say our first question.
Welcome or welcome back. Our first question for the night is: what is something you love to do as a class or as a school?
Alright, I will go first to answer that
Carla, you
question.
can go ahead and answer the question.
Okay, Carla, go ahead.
Good night, everyone. Probably devotions when we get along, and as a school, when we have devotion, we just get together with God. And I feel like it's especially when we have the gospel concerts or things like that, it motivates others and it motivates the Palotines.
Lysani, you can go ahead.
For me, will be lunchtime. Lunchtime is very fun and break. Like we communicate with each other and we have so much fun.
Naya?
For me, I would say day three when we have like homeroom time when the class gather up together, talking and having fun, and even when the whole schoolhouse sports activity whereby everyone get along and just have fun.
Okay, so moving on to the second question for tonight is: what do you love learning about? What do you enjoy about learning? And it doesn't have to be in one specific subject, it could be any subject. Would anyone like to answer that question?
Can you repeat the question again?
The question is: what do you love to learn about in classes? It could be one subject, it could be two. But what do you love learning about? What do you love learning new things about? Listen, you can go ahead.
For me will be principles of account. Like some some chapters will be hard, very difficult, and then the rest, like some will be very easy, and I enjoy doing that.
Naya and then Carla.
Well, for me, I would say math because, like what Lisana said, some will be difficult and some will be easy.
I would say Spanish because as a Hispanic, I would say because whenever the teacher teaches Spanish, it teaches a different way that I learn. I feel like it's best to learn what different types of Spanish because there are the Spanish and there's other different type of Spanish. I feel like Spanish is one of the subjects.
Okay, so if that's it for that, and no one else has answered, I'll be moving on to the next question. Is how do you feel about school uniforms? Do you prefer casual clothes or do you prefer uniform? Kateri, you can go ahead.
All right. So for me, it would be like the like casual clothes, like when you would have like rags day, because the uniforms would tend to give you that amount of heat. You would tend to feel hot in it, and you would tend to sweat, and with all that heat, that could like have you not focusing and stuff like that. And your casual clothes is very comfortable, and it's not also more freely, but you don't feel as that much heat, whereby you're in your uniform.
Carla, you can go ahead and then Curly.
In my opinion, I would say uniform. Not to be not. I know casual is very comfortable, but uniform because it looks good when you represent your school with the uniform and it shows what school you go to, and then there are people from other places or like other people that says, oh, he goes to this school. What a what a good way to show represent your school.
Curly, you could go ahead.
I feel that we should wear casual clothes because our uniform is easy, like easy to get dirty, and like what Dr. Abraham pointed out that the deodorant that we use leave fat under our arms and make the uniform look nasty, and the uniforms have to come with socks and shoes, and most parents spend a lot of money on shoes, like in the normal school year, because most shoes are not good and they're easy to burst and what's not.
Moving on to turn to your last question of the night, and is do you get a lot of homework to learn or is it a waste?
Can you repeat the question again because we haven't heard it clearly?
I said, can you hear me now? I said, do you get homework? Does the homework benefit you to learn, or is it a waste?
For me, it benefits me because it gave me more practice on what we are learning, and that's a good benefit for me. So then, when I go to school, I don't know what to do.
So true, like what Lisana said.
That's
Yeah, so true, like what Lisana said. It will give you practice and everything, even though you're tired. May feel kind of lazy and like, oh, I don't want to do that. I left that later. I don't even know if I'd do it. But one thing that I realize if when I do the practice works, if I do the homework, next day when I'm in class, I could understand better and you know, like I am with the teacher rather than, oh, I'm lost and confused. So I feel like it has benefits, but it's if you want to do it.
okay. So if that's everyone, moving on to the second to the last question of the night is, how far do you travel from home to school? And is it convenient? And how did you get to school? So basically, the question is asking, is it convenient from your home to school? And how do you get to school? Naya, you can go ahead.
Well, for me, sometimes in the morning, my dad takes me to school or I walk because my house aren't far from school, but sometimes it's tiring to walk at school in the morning because like when like we need to get up at certain time in the morning early, walk to school, and in class you know like you don't focus because like you got less rest, sleepy, or like